What you coming with? Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm. Shit, since you rolling up, let me go smoke me a cigarette then, bro. I'm already in here though. Damn, you still ain't get in here yet, bro? I did. No, I might have sent it again now. I already backed out. Vikings. Hey, who? I ain't had the Vikings. I didn't have the Vikings when I beat you with the Steelers. Nah. I don't remember. I thought you was getting KC. You got the Steelers against the Vikings though, like you be real sweaty. I'm trying to figure out who I had. Oh, the Rams. I had the Rams. I was too.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Roethlisberger's Steelers going up against Keenum's Vikings.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, and how about this? An onside kick to start the game.
That's how you feeling?
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
You want me looking at the screen? Nah, you already done fucked up. Gave me good field position. He talking about some style weird. All right, come on. I'm ready. You want me to talk to you? I can talk to you.
Let's go.
That's because I was sleepy. I had to keep myself up.
Bridgewater on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Bridgewater now on second down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jarius Wright, 52 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Forbath out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Roethlisberger. Going up top. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
As you and I know from visiting a lot of camps, no one practices this type of a start, do they?
Especially not on the road. You give up the touchdown on the opening drive. Now there's likely a 3-and-out on your first possession.
Yeah, you throw that incompletion there. You hate to fall into a hole early, especially on the road. You got to be careful.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Before we see this next possession, you and I were talking before the game about the AFC playoff picture. You got the Pats and the Steelers at 7-2. Those are your best records in that conference. Chiefs at 6-3. Really, they're running away with the AFC West.
Yeah, and that's a surprise, isn't it? Because in preseason, well, I shouldn't say all, but most of us probably thought the AFC West was the toughest division in football. But Denver has fallen off the pace. The Raiders have been a little bit of a disappointment, and the Chargers just can't gain traction. So right now, it's Kansas City's division to lose. And if they get home field, could you imagine all those teams having to visit Kansas City? One of the best atmospheres in the game.
Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long.
Let's go.
To throw, Bridgewater. Being chased out left. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. First down, Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Diggs unable to reel that in, and he might find things a little difficult in this one. He's going to be watched like a hawk on virtually every snap by Joe Hayden, and over the years, we know Hayden's reputation.
Oh, the reputation is well-deserved, too, because he's a guy that has the agility and the length to stay with the receivers. Think about what he's able to do. Even though he's a tall corner, able to break down and move quickly to where the ball is.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
You and I both know that you don't really truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater going with a screen for Murray. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Forbath out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So the offense taking over in just a second. But you know, last year, going off the script a little bit, so much talk around Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, who would go 1, who would go 2, and will they pan out? Well, this year, they are both panning out really well.
They certainly are, and they went 1 and 2. Jared Goff, number 1 to the Rams. Wentz, number 2 to the Eagles. Wentz became the starter as a rookie, played all 16 games, and here in the second season, a lot of MVP talk surrounds him, and rightly so. Jared Goff got left behind, only started 7 games as a rookie, didn't play that well. Many people want to use the B word on him for bust. Not at all. He's playing at a really high level. The Rams are in first place. He might not be in the MVP talk, but how about most improved player in the league?
And that'll set him back 5. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Slot man moves right. In motion left comes Brown. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. In a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Let's go. Tiger. Safety creep. Get ready. Tiger. Force. Let's go.
The play clock's running down. Again, it's Murray. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll run here. It's Murray. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up, make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
That was so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Little motion now from the tight end.
These two.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. Bell so light on his feet. Bell a 1st down and then some. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 25 yards to pick up there and also a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Easy. Jackson, hey. Easy. Check 26.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. James has it. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. 30 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first. Now it's Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. The give is to Bell. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Give to Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. And that one makes it 14-7. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, Not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The second down throw for Bridgewater. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Let's go. Blue 58.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Second down, Bridgewater. Looking deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise there in the dime. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Now
a handoff. Running left is Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They'll try the right side with Bell. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
Shipped together here from the D-line. The slot man in motion right. This is Bell, and an alley to run. Bell sheds him off. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the 2nd half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Play clock winding down. Throwing, Bridgewater. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They just do get the play off. Now Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Now Brown. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Steelers. Field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
In motion, James, the tight end. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And now running right through him. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Bell is so good at that. He just catches so many passes near the line of scrimmage. In fact, the unique stat line for him last year, he had more yards after the catch than total receiving yards from the line of scrimmage on the season.
That doesn't even sound real, but when you analyze his game, you understand why a stat like that can occur. His ability to catch the ball, be elusive, and also strong enough to break tackles, that allows him to gain all that extra yardage.
In motion, James, the tight end. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Anthony Barr coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Now Bell. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Linval Joseph in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Out of his end zone, Bridgewater dancing to his left. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Jarius Wright that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got it timed up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
Bridgewater to throw it. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
second down run for Murray. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Here's Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
10th carry of the game now. Murray. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Tiger! Tiger! Be ready! Way 90! Way 90!
They go with Murray again. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Steps away. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Let's go.
Now a give. This is Murray. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. So now it all rests on the foot of Kai Forbath. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So now it all rests on the foot of Kai Forbath. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
You supposed to be coming back with that W though. Come on. I let you run. You see, once I clocked in, you couldn't do nothing. That run shit was over. I did. I let you run. I let you run, bro. Trust me, I let you get them touchdowns. That's how I wanted to win. What you talking about? I wanted to win by 3. I didn't want a touchdown. I could have scored. Alright. It's all good, bro. That W is a W. I didn't. I knew from the beginning I wasn't gonna win big. I'm about to send you an invite. Trust me. I don't pick the same teams. I don't pick the same teams, my guy. I switch it up. Legit. It's all good, man. Good game. I can't get none of that from you. A good game. None of that. No, you didn't. You said you know that was phony, right? No, you said you won though. You didn't say good game. See what I'm saying? See how you do? I'm gonna play with one of your teams. I don't never pick your teams. I'm gonna pick one of your teams. Fuck it. No, not that. Oh hell nah, I ain't picking them. He think he's slick. He tried to catch me right before I turned around and all that. He think he got all the set. Make sure you got on color jerseys, bro. That boy wanna win bad right now. Is that serious, Stress? I thought we was just cool and laughing. You feel me? I learned from my mistakes. You ain't beat me since we started back. No, you didn't. Oh yeah, you did get that first W. You did. That was my... Hold on, no you didn't. He tell I just did that. Hey, it's 4-1 there. Well, we played 2 games yesterday, and that 1-1 plus now is 4-1. No, we didn't. We played before that. When I hit you up, and I got the Eagles and lost with the Eagles. I'm 4-1.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features 2 quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Ryan's Falcons going up against Dak Prescott's Cowboys.
Larry, we find ourselves right in the center of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Arlington. And 8... Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D, as their guys will do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. There's Mike Nugent now to put this one in the air, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28.
You over there? You ready? Before you stepped away, right? See, what you don't know is I know how you like to play now. You like to let me get the lead, and you like to let me get the lead and try to come back on me. You gonna have to change that. You're not gonna get that opportunity no more. That's what you like to do. That's why you was throwing all them Hail Marys and shit. So I could think it's all, so I could think it's all good and shit.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Second down following the run. Again, they'll run with Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. He's to the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, 22 yards. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Oh, he ain't got nothing to say. You really got to come back.
It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
So you got your run game from me. Yeah. You definitely, you ain't never used to run before playing me. That's fact. That's big facts too. You was passing. When I first met you,
here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Second down and 4.
You want some 2K quick game work?
They go down again. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
7 yards remain now on third down. Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
It's probably free like that. It probably ain't no blitz. It's probably going to be like that from now on. You just got to get him on the road.
The tight end changing his position. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
And the big tight end shifting around. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
3 yards to go here on 2nd down.
You can make sure to get it for free right now.
Little motion now from the tight end. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The tight end changing his position. They'll run here with Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They go play action here on first down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Adrian Claiborne in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
I don't know who that is. Who that?
On second down, Elliott. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning. So maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On third down, Elliott. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he fields it cleanly. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. On first down, Ryan. That incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Ready? Hey, let's go.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Running right, this is Freeman. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
No, I don't really want to play your game. I just want to get your buddy together.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
I didn't say nothing else about it.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And Bryant missed it. No good. Wide to the left there for Bryant. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster. Prescott looks to throw on first. Going deep here for Bryant. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott eluding the pressure right. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cole Beasley taking it in. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Hey, you can still win this game. Don't give up.
Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Freeman again. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Help me out, partner. Was that incomplete?
That was on a deep ball to Dez.
And that's a surprise. The way he attacks the football in the air, it's always surprising to me when he doesn't complete a pass like that.
Ten yards still left on second down. In motion right is Bryant. To throw is Prescott. And he slings one that's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And that'll make it third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Desmond Trufant. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside the quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. 3rd and 2, now Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And bulldozing his way through.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run.
And I think the ball's out, and the Falcons grab it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
It's a give to Freeman running right. Room past the 20. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 95 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense, because you're expecting them to run the ball from that stage of the field. Instead, it turns into one of the longest runs that we're going to see in the NFL. But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Prescott on first down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Robert Alford. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Arlington. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth.
Sit down.
it's Freeman. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Ryan on the screen. This is Coleman. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So no real weather issues, anything of that nature to speak of, but that's now 2 missed field goals here so far.
And not to use this as an excuse, but I will say it is a little bit different kicking outdoors than it is in a dome.
Sure.
You can fall in love with perfect footing, no breeze whatsoever. I doubt that had too big of an impact, but you never know.
This is caught at the 20. And give him a gain of 37. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Play action now, Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
That's tough.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Being chased out left. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Adrian Claymore in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flush to his right. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Freeman. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And the big tight end shifting around. This is Freeman. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold them up. Second, third guy in, Ray, get the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, this game's over.
Right there. I don't remember what I said there.
On 3rd down. That's Coleman, and he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt.
Shit, you better keep that kicker. I'll be right back, huh?
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Big D.